Hi, I'm Chris Baker, business coach with Action Coach. The reason I've sent you this DVD is so that you can see the benefits that other business owners just like you have had from coaching. First up, we're going to hear from a few business owners who are going to tell us what it was like in their business before they started on the coaching program.
There was much more involvement from me in the day-to-day running of every little facet of the company. Our turnover was tiny by comparison. It was just a much smaller, more immature business than it is today.
I was really looking for somebody to share some of the problems in my business were. And one of the problems I had was pricing, for example, or something I needed to work on.
Our business was kind of all over the place. We missed direction. We knew where we wanted to get, but we didn't know exactly how to get there.
I was in a position where I was recently, I wasn't putting a lot of time into the business when I started with coaching with Chris, but also the results weren't there, the growth wasn't there, so that was reflected back.
And quite often they're just not getting the performance from their team that they believe that they ought to be able to get.
The point at which I needed Chris Baker was the point where I had the least amount of money, I had a lot of debt, I had businesses that weren't paying, and I was having problems with staff, and I was having problems with handling the amount of new work that was coming in, but not being able to afford to do new work because it was, I was badly resourced and I hadn't had to handle that before.
I think we've crystallized the moves that we're making. We knew we had a good idea, but we were sort of developing in a number of directions at the same time.
My business, when I first met Chris, was a bit of a mess, to be honest. I had this bunch of clients. I didn't really know what to do with them. I was just doing what I had to do to get by, and that was really it. I had very limited business experience.
Businesses being run by the person who started it, almost always the reason why they started it was so that they could be fully self-expressed, that they were throttled or stifled or whatever when they were in a job, and they wanted the freedom to create something the way they wanted to create it. Unfortunately, there's such a huge number of different things that one needs to know and be able to do to run a small business, that often some of those don't get done particularly well, and that gets in the way of the business owner enjoying running the business and of achieving their vision of running it the way they want to run it.
Before meeting Chris, I had a bit of an idea of where I might put my time and energy, but now it's much more clear to me what I need to do if I want to focus my efforts on one particular area. Chris made it obvious where to spend my time if I want to grow the business.
In today's world, things are changing so rapidly all of the time that none of us can leave school and go and get a degree or do an apprenticeship and have a meal ticket for life. It just doesn't happen that way anymore. In today's world, we have to be constantly re-educating ourselves. There are a whole range of different ways that people can do that. There's ongoing university courses, there are various other training courses run by private organisations, there are seminars and workshops and books and tapes, and there's coaching. The advantage that coaching has over the rest of them is that coaching is a one-to-one, face-to-face activity. When my clients are talking to me, I can hear the changes in their voices and I can observe their body language, and I can see when there's an issue that they could do with some help to overcome. And those kinds of things just simply aren't available in a situation where the person's reading a book or listening to a tape, or even in a workshop where they're not getting the individual attention. So I work individually and specifically with my clients, helping them to push through the things that the other educational opportunities don't help them with.